Welcome to Making Herstory. This isn't polished success stories. This is the fire, the chaos, the gut punch truth of women who refuse to play small. The real, feral stories. The messy, bold, audacious stories that flip the table and set shit on fire. This is where we roar. It's Ashley Crabb. Buckle up, babe. We're making herstory.
Every woman has a story. And so many of us have gotten caught up in this fear of wondering, is my story worthy of being told, of questioning what we've experienced and the worth and value of that. And then we get stuck and we're like, where does it even begin? But I think if we can understand that our story is, one, the foundation of understanding ourselves better and showing up with this radical realness. And then two, understanding that it's the foundation of everything we're creating, then it gets so much easier for us to be audaciously us and roar that story out loud, right? In case we haven't met yet, it's Ashley Crabb. I'm a mother, wife, story-driven experience curator, author, and I help feral, audacious, rooted women, one, write their story, and then two, use it to build their business, build their communities, create the legacies that they are living right now. My work is about embodiment, about truth, about learning to understand that you are freaking magnetic. And you're magnetic even if you're still questioning, still growing, still figuring it all out. And today I want to specifically talk to the mothers out there, mothers who are wanting to understand their selves better and write their stories, mothers who are ready to share it with others and show up, mothers who aren't just building businesses and wealth and all of that from a financial standpoint, but who are redefining what it means to be a mother and a businesswoman, redefining what it means to hold wealth. Women who know that motherhood doesn't disqualify us from anything, but motherhood doesn't disqualify us from wealth. It qualifies us to be leaders. And I just think that is so freaking awesome. Wealth is time, wealth is energy, wealth is community support. Wealth is talking about business and ideas, families, the invisible labor and the emotional weight of carrying it all at once. And it's redefining how we do all of that. And this shift is so intentional. And I think it's a movement, right? Most of you know that the book I published is a children's book. It's called The Crabb Twins and Friends. I'm a twin mom. It's about twins, for my twins, just adventuring, belonging, just exploring, right? And understanding each other. We do local readings at libraries, local businesses. We plan to expand, hopefully, to schools, YMCAs, actually anyone who wants to read children's books, right? But yesterday we did a really awesome reading. The boys went with me. My husband went with me. These are usually a family affair. But we did a reading at Tiny Town. It's a business local to us. It's a play cafe. It's woman-owned. She does employ mostly moms. She did tell me there was one dad there. But you can tell it is such an intentionally built space for community, connection, education, care. And one of the things that they offer are Main Street connections. And they offer a twin-focused connection space, right? They do twinning together. And honestly, I don't see this space existing anywhere else, right? But these two twin moms created an amazing space for other twin moms to bring them together. And one of the women who does that, she was life-changing. She was absolutely life-changing yesterday. I needed to meet her. And she was just a ray of sunshine, a ray of positivity. Like, I just wanted to hang out with her literally the rest of the day, right? She had zero judgment. And it has been so long since I've met someone who truly embodies that, right? Like, who truly is like, this is what I do. And she was proud of that. Like, you could tell she was good with what she was doing, even though she also expressed her questions and how she was still figuring it out, right? But she literally said, like, the only thing I want is to not be judged. I don't judge you. Don't judge me. Like, it was just amazing. And I think what I loved even more is that Tiny Town is creating, and many other local businesses that we'll continue to talk about, are creating these intentional spaces for mothers and their kids. And they're also expanding to like just mothers, right? Like, I think it's so amazing because not enough of these rooms exist, especially as a twin mom. Like, rooms for twin moms, for moms of multiples in general, don't really exist. And this is by no means saying we need to separate ourselves because we don't want to. That's not what I'm expressing here, but it's a very different experience being a mom of multiples. And it's really hard sometimes to go to groups that are more geared towards singletons, or even where there's no twin moms present, because it's kind of like figuring out how to like adapt to the conversation. And it can sometimes just feel like we're not really understood, because unless you've done the insanity of racing multiples, like, there is a big difference. And as mothers, it's not one size fits all. And again, I repeat, we want to hang out with all mothers, but can we also agree that having spaces for all mothers, and then having spaces for mothers who have been more aligned in their experience or can understand each other a little bit better, can we create both of those spaces? That's what I want to do, right? So when we choose to build rooms for mothers who, all mothers first off, and then mothers who have similar stories, who have been through more similar experiences, when we create both of those rooms, when we create community that is not there for comparison, when we create this space of true openness where there isn't judgment, we are choosing supporting each other over and over again. And we're realizing that we don't have to do motherhood alone. We shouldn't do motherhood alone. And when we get into these rooms, when we get these experiences, when we connect with these women and build our overall wealth of a community of mothers, it completely changes us. It completely changes how we feel in our bodies and how we show up as mothers and entrepreneurs and business women. And it changes how we see wealth. And I want, like, my ordinary life-changing experience yesterday to be this starting point of where we create more of those. You know, I think if we can just start recognizing the magic in all of the ways we're changing and shifting the narrative, whether they're ordinary, everyday moments or extraordinary big moments, We are here to make change, to change the world, really. So I hope you're with me. But this is what embodiment of wealth looks like. It's not about perfection or complete sameness. It's not about doing it right. Wealth is women creating rooms. Wealth is women sharing wisdom. Wealth is supporting each other without judgment, allowing our differences to coexist. We don't need more freaking pressure in this world. We don't need more pressure from each other, from ourselves, right? We need space. And we don't all mother the same. We don't all build the same. We don't all believe the same. And I don't think that's the problem. That is the point. Community doesn't require sameness. It requires respect. It requires room to be. It requires support. Those are some pretty easy things to do, I think, you know? So motherhood stories, how we mother, how we build, how we gather, that's the foundation of our wealth. When we come together, our knowledge grows, our support multiplies, this isolation breaks, and that legacy forms, right? That is the type of wealth I care about most, while recognizing that the traditional form of wealth also makes that all happen. And I want to start talking about that more. So if this episode resonated with you, sit with it, share it, notice the rooms you're in, notice the rooms you wish you existed. Start the conversation of the rooms we need to create. If you are ready to name your story, if you are ready to get your story out of your head so you can start sharing it and living with it and leading with it and embodying it, and stop with the judgment of yourself and let go of some of that shame and guilt, download the Tell Your Story Fire Starter. It's a free download. It'll walk you through writing your story and using it. And then if you wanna go through it together, if you want to talk about it, if you want to talk in general, book a 30-minute vibe check with me. I'll share the link in the show notes. If you want to be on the podcast, if you want to hear a certain topic on the podcast, if you want to be interviewed on the podcast, if you want to collaborate with book reading or other community building events and start working together to create rooms and spaces, I want to connect with you. And I want to leave you with this note again. Walk away remembering this. Motherhood doesn't disqualify us from wealth. It qualifies us for leadership. And repeat this mantra for the week, and then I'll let you go. But I am a wealthy woman. I am a present mother. I am a leader, and I don't have to prove myself. We're just getting started. I can't wait to see you next week.
You've been listening to Making Herstory. Remember, your story isn't optional. It's your fire, your power, and the heartbeat of every space you build. So take up space, tell it raw, and keep building the kind of legacy that can't be ignored. It's Ashley Crabb, and I'll be back with more bold, brave, feral stories soon. And if you want to stay feral with me, hit subscribe, share this with your sisters, and let's make herstory louder together.